Hey, it's Korinn, 365 Days of Open Heart Living, day 143, Clearing Your Home. Today is going to be a little bit different. We are going to do a visualization, a guided visualization using, some techniques that I have learned and been taught through the years of how to clear your house, how to clear the space that you live in, how to clear, you know, your 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 where you live, because that's sacred space. Your home is your sacred space. Where you live is your sacred space. And energy accumulates and people bring in energy and it gets left there, or emotional energy gets heavy and thick and accumulates in the space. Um, Passerbys, such as beings, ghosts, spirits, whatnot, they come through. They can, you know, leave energy. They can become squatters. Their energy can affect you. It's a weird dimension. The house that you live in, the home that you live in, it is your space, but it's affected by so many different things energetically that from time to time it's good to clear it, because the energy of where you live can get bogged down. It can feel off. It can feel uncomfortable. Um, even just think about clutter in your house. And when you have a space that is cluttered and you're in that space, sometimes we don't always notice it. We like live over top of it. But when we take the time to clear it, holy smokes, does that feel so much better, right? I don't know about you, but if I clean something in my house that it hasn't been cleaned for a while, say like a closet or a table that's accumulating stuff, as soon as it's cleared off, it's like my new favorite space. Like it feels good. You feel good in that space again. And that's what clearing your home does. It takes the energy that has been accumulating from all the different energetic things that go on in your life, that happen in the world, that happen with other people, with this in the spiritual realm too. And it just kind of sweeps them up, sends them to a higher place of being, um, a white light receptacle, we call it. But it sends them on, it sweeps them up, vacuums them away, so that the space is clear and the vibration is raised, and that there's no emotional or spiritual debris in your way, making you feel heavy or causing you to feel more irritable, causing you to feel off, or, giving you a sense of being in a better space, being in a space that is more supportive and conducive to you feeling better in life in general. So from time to time, we need to clear our homes. Just like from time to time, we need to clean our home, right? It's the same. It's an energetic cleaning. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today and guiding you through. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a meditation. It's a practice for sure. But it's a technique. It's a tool, something I want to teach you. And I want to share a couple of things in backstory. The thing that happened that brought this up as something that could be beneficial for you is that I had an occurrence in my home over the weekend, and it caused me to clear my house. And the feel from before the presence was brought to my attention to after was night and day. And then even the next day when I came back into that space, I could feel the energy, and it was just like whoosh, just like it just felt good. It felt like yellow light energy and just like upward movement, and the space felt clear. And all that I did was used visualization and intention, called in, spiritual help of angels, visualized what the um, pieces were that come together to get the energy to be cleared from the home. And it doesn't take a whole lot of time. It doesn't have to, yeah, happen pretty quick. And it made a world of difference. So just like we can go into our kitchens and we can spend 20 minutes and make the space feel fresh and cleaner, and have a higher vibration and be a space that feels better to be in, we can do the same energetically using our mind, our our visualization and our intention of that what we're visualizing is in fact happening and having an effect to clean up that space of the home so that we are in a space of it being clearer and more supportive to our living as well. So the thing that happened was that I was upstairs in my room, and my son and his girlfriend were downstairs, and his girlfriend texted me and said that Gavin feels like, or the room feels spooky, and that Gavin wants you to come down here and check it out. So I was like, okay, like I've cleared my house so many times, but I haven't done it for a while. And yeah, so I wasn't feeling anything. But I go downstairs. They actually came up and they both had this look on their face like, yeah, it just something, it just doesn't feel right. And my son said that he laid down to go to bed and it just felt off. It didn't feel right. And he was like, no, and he had a sense that something was there, that there was a presence there, and it was making him feel anxious and nervous and not himself. He didn't feel like he was ready to go to bed. He felt like on edge, like it just didn't feel right, and he felt like there was a presence there in the corner of his room. And then he asked his girlfriend, and she also could kind of feel it. And then so they came upstairs and were telling me, what they feel. So then I went downstairs and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And then I just went down and I stood at the door of his room and just kind of felt the energy and was getting some visualization of a presence. I didn't feel like I needed to look too intently. Like it is what it is. Something's here. Like let's just do the job and help it to move on. So that's what I did. And I used this technique that I'm going to talk you through. And essentially, how it goes is that you call in angels and you place one at each corner of your home. Sometimes I'll place one in the middle, sometimes I'll place one over top or underneath as well, just depending, but for sure one at each corner of your home. And then you set the intention that each of those angels is holding on to like a net, like a fine net where the holes are so teeny tiny that the only thing that's going to slip through and be allowed to stay in the home when they comb through with their net that they all are holding is anything that is of a high vibration. Anything that is of a low vibration gets caught up in the net and scooped up and then taken to a white light receptacle, which what I was taught was to visualize it as kind of like an upside down tornado. So the wide opening is at the bottom and then it gets narrow at the top. And that you can visualize that just stretches way up high and connects into God as the source of all. And that as the angels clear through the home and pull the corners of that net, they connect it up into that white light receptacle that is on kind of like a vacuum, and it just gets sucked up, and there'll be things that are heavy. You might witness that there's an area of your home that feels like it needs a little bit of, you know, time pulling it through. It's heavy, it's dense. And if that is something that you're picking up on, then you just ask the angels to, to 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 keep moving the energy, to keep clearing the energy, and just watch it, that white light receptacle that is on like the vacuum. You can visualize your attention to go there too, and just that it's on, and it's, that energetic pull for all the debris, the spiritual energetic debris that's being cleansed from your home, that it is going to be suctioned into that white light receptacle and sent up to um, God, up to the source, and to be cleansed and cleared, and for the highest good of all. Yeah, that essentially is the process. And then you just move through the whole home. So I describe it before we do it because I want you to kind of have that intention set of, as we walk through it and you clear your home with me today, right now, that you know how it works, that there is the divine help of the angels, that there's the divine source of God. Everything goes back to God, right? No matter what its nature is, everything is a creation of God. And so it has a place, it has a rightful place. And even things and people that have fallen away from God, they too someday will still go back to the source of their creation and be transmuted and be held up in the light for healing and for redemption. And so doing this intentional clearing of your home is for the highest good of all. It is for your highest good, because we don't need those passerbys squatting and taking up space in our homes. We don't want them taking up space in our energy fields, because as what was happening with my son, he did not feel right, and it was noticeable, and it registered with him like this, something's not right. And he's not a kid. He told me afterwards too, he's like, don't tell me how it works, because if you tell me how it works, I'm not going to believe it. And then his girlfriend later told me that after the room was cleared, and like I had him go down, I'm like, does it feel better? It feels better to me. How do you guys feel? And then even after they went to bed, I just energetically checked in and just kind of cleared through their energy field then, because that emotion of, feeling anxious, nervous, unsettled, spooked out, that's still in their field. So just did a little bit of cleansing there too for their benefit. But he told his girlfriend that, he until he'd had this experience, he didn't believe in the stuff. And how can it be real? But it is. Energy is in everything, and there's the dimension that we live in of the physical earthly plane is overlaid with the spiritual plane. And so we can't separate it. It's not separate. And there's things that function around us that we can't see, we can't explain, we don't often pay attention to or tap into it. But when things happen where we're like, ugh, so I feel like there's a presence here, it just doesn't feel right, here's a tool for you to clear your home, to help it move on its way for the highest good of all involved. And so I want you to know that that's the intention with clearing your home and doing this visualization to have it happen. And also another thing that I wanted to share. So the technique that I use, it's a combination from two different women who have been teachers in my life. And the first woman, so when I got into intuition and was learning about energy and healing, the one thing straight away that I said to myself was, I'm really curious in all of this and I want to learn more, but I don't want to deal with ghosts. I don't want to have anything happen with ghosts. And you know what the first thing was that happened? I had a ghost. And I started seeing this man dressed in brown, and he'd pop up in my spiritual eye in different places in my home, in the shower even. Um, he he wasn't, his intention was not bad. He was just around. He was just there, and he just would like be there, like just standing. Like it wasn't like there was anything negative or bad, but he was an earthbound spirit. As I was seeing him in brown, he was a ghost. He had not crossed over into the light. And so I think it was about a month of me like seeing this and being freaked out. And after being freaked out for a month and having access to the woman, I was like, okay, can you come and clear my home? Because I just, I I have a ghost, and I do. Like, I'm convinced this is real, that there's really a presence here, and I'm feeling it and seeing him, and like, I need your help. And so she came, and when she came, she taught me. She taught me how to do it for myself, which was huge. And then later on, there was another woman, and she had a different technique. And so the two together ended up being like my speed version, I would say, of just not, just getting it done, just getting it done. Send the intention, calling in the divine angelic help, and getting the space of the home from being heavy to feeling lighter. Having that energetic debris, whether it's a presence or emotion that's just accumulated and been heavy in the home, maybe in the people that live there, if we have somebody that's going through a hard time, then clear their room even. Maybe that will help boost their feeling in their space and in their energy fields if their room is just even cleared. Because if they're feeling heavy in life, they're bringing it home. They're bringing it into their room every day, every night. They're living in it. It's accumulating that heaviness, that dark kind of energy that just wants to, just is heavy, right? So emotions have energetic debris too, and that's why it can be beneficial to also do this to clear after you've had an argument, or if things are just feel heavy in your home, or if you've been struggling and you're just bringing it home, and it's just like drudgery, just like it can be helpful to do this as well. And there's been times where I've cleared my home and there's no beings in it, but it's just like heavier kind of. Sometimes I'll see it as like dirt or dust moving, like as the filter or the net is like pulled, it like kind of crumbles away and then gets lifted up into that white light receptacle. And I know when I see that, it's just emotion, it's just heavy energy. When I see an individual, like a being, then I know, okay, there is something, a presence in our home that it's not ours. It can go. And any presence that is of the light, like angelic, divine, um, family that has crossed over into the light that is maybe around you, it's not that is not going to get picked up and moved on with the net, because anything of a high vibration, white light nature, the net combs through it. It's already light. It's already light. So there's nothing, to clear from it. It's clear in being here and around. So don't worry about that either. Like thinking that, I don't know if I want to clear my home because my dog, that, sometimes I feel the presence of my dog around me that I lost. And like, I like that. Like, don't worry about that. If the dog has already crossed over and came back to you, it's of a white light nature, and it'll still be able to come and go and be around you in its presence. And maybe if there's something that hasn't crossed, then it goes on and crosses over. And then in its refined form of being of the light, then it can come back in that higher vibration and be more supportive in your energy field and in the home of your energy versus being bogged down and heavy with needing, to go to the light itself. So, yeah, I do you feel like your home has been a little heavy? Do you have a space that's cluttered emotionally? Maybe a space that you sit at and you mull over things, or a place you go and you cry, or somebody in your home who's just been, more unstable with their emotional state, and it's ready to clear your space. It's time to clear space. It's time to clear your space. If you feel like there's maybe a presence, something, excuse me, something that makes you feel uneasy and you don't know what it is, this is an easy way to do it because you don't really have to see. You put your intention in the angels taking care of it for you, and in them really lifting up, and in God really welcoming home that energy that needs to go to the light. It needs help to move into its next form that is of a higher vibration and of a lighter nature. So I invite you now to clear your home. Go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to invite in 4 angels. Angels, please go to each the 4 corners of my home. You can see them standing, 1 angel at each of the 4 corners of your home. And you can let them know, angels, I ask you to help my home be cleared of any energy that is of a low or heavy vibration. And God, I pray to you to assist with this, my home to be cleared as well, for the highest good of all involved. Now I want you to visualize over top of your home that upside down, tornado-shaped white light receptacle. It stretches out over top of your whole home. Its white glow is illuminated. And as you look up at where it's shaped like a cone and gets narrower and narrower, you notice it's like a tube, like a tunnel of white light energy that stretches way up beyond what you can see. And you trust that it connects into God, just like everything that has been created is connected and stretches up to God. This is an avenue for the heavy energy, for the low vibrations, to transcend and to be lifted up into a higher frequency of light, ascending to their next level of being in divine order for the highest good of all So as you see this upside down tornado energy of white light, and you imagine it's on, you can almost hear it and see it like a vacuum cleaner, a gentle vacuum cleaner. Its gentle suction energy is ready to do the work of clearing your home. So now invite the angels to connect up their corners of that net, that fabric that stretches down underneath of your house, underneath the lowest part of your house, and stretches down underneath and comes up outside the walls of your house and comes up and connects into that white light receptacle. The angels have now connected it in full closure and encapsulation of your home's energy up to that receptacle. And as the angels pull up at each their respective corner, the energy that is of a low vibration or that is heavy gets pulled up, gets caught in that net and brought up towards the white light receptacle. Some of it sucks up easily, and you might notice that some of it needs a little bit more time. But the angels are doing the work for you. Slowly, slowly lifting up through your home like a white light filter, so that anything that is not of a high vibration is getting closer and closer and being sucked up through that white light receptacle for the highest good of all involved. And everything that is being left behind is of a clear, high vibration. Slowly, slowly you can see this net, this white light filter moving up through your home, through all the corners of your home, gathering the things that need to be released and moved into a higher light. And as each area of the home is moved through and lifted up, that wide opening of the white light receptacle that was huge, open over top of your home, is now proportionately getting smaller and smaller as the sides of the net are being pulled up and into it by those 4 helping angels. The angels continue to do their work, and you just watch as slowly, slowly, all is brought up to that white light receptacle for transmutation of energy of a low vibration to a higher frequency, to a lighter existence, letting go and releasing into the flow of God. And when you feel like your whole home has been combed through by this fine tooth filter, the divine net of light that the angels have been clearing your home with, then it's time to thank them. Angels, thank you for your help in clearing my home. Please finish the job and move everything into the light, leaving my home with clear, high vibrational energy that feels amazing and is supportive to all who live in this home with me, and is supportive to me as well. And then just breathe in and out. And if you can, visually look with your spiritual sight at your home. Feel the energy in it. See what color it vibrates at now. See if the light in it spreads out around it too. And feels calm and clear. Thank you, God, and thank you, angels. And when you're ready, open your eyes. It's an interesting feeling and experience, and it's not hard to do. And one thing that I realized too, in just the feeling and the after effect of clearing through your home with that heavenly help and sending things that have been weighted down, in your home, is that you are in your home. your energy is in that space that was just cleared through by that white light filter. So you too have been cleansed. Not only the energy of your home, but you too. So when you clear your home, you clear yourself. And isn't it true that there's no truer space that is home to you than your physical body? And so when we take the time to energetically clear our body of accumulated heavy energy, of things that are not for our highest good, it is supportive, just the same as when you clear your home. It supports how you feel in your space. And creates a space where you can better live your heart.